Hello, everyone. Welcome to English 1102. This is very exciting. My name is Jeremiah Byers. I will be your instructor for this course. Um, I will guide you through all the things you need to do in order to accomplish a good grade in this class. Okay. Each week, I will be posting these video lectures for you to watch in order to clearly understand everything that is expected of you. Okay. Today's lecture is going to go over the course, how to navigate the course, how to understand where to find all the information that you need, how to understand the assignments that you're going to be completing, and then also how to actually complete the first couple of assignments for this week. Okay, so here we go. So when you log on for the first time, you are going to be going always first to the announcements. Okay, I always want to make sure that you are reading whatever announcements I have posted for you. Okay, so this is this one. I'm actually going to update this by the time you actually watch this. By the time you actually go into the course, because I'm going to include here the link to this lecture that I'm currently recording. Okay, so go to the announcements first. Read the announcements always. When I've attached whenever I attach a video lecture, make sure you watch that lecture. It's the first thing you do before doing anything else for the week, for the course. Okay. All right. So for week 1, you will watch this lecture. You will read the announcement, and then you are going to go to start here. And week 1 is the only week in which you have to click on start here. The other ones throughout the from this point forward, you won't have to go to start here. You'll just have to go to lessons. Okay, so you will first begin with syllabus. And here you will read the part 1 of the syllabus, part 2 of the syllabus. Okay, those are good things to read. But then you'll read buyer's policies, and that's what I'm going to go over right now. Okay, the syllabus talks about the course. This is 1102. 1102 is about writing about literature. We're going to read short stories. We're going to read poetry. We're going to read a little play. We're going to you're going to read a novel over the course of this semester, and we're going to talk about those things, and you are going to write about those things. So here these are my specific sort of policies, okay, that I want to emphasize. First off, you are going to email me whenever you need anything at this email address right here, jbyers@gornettech.edu. I get these on my phone, and I will reply back to you within 48 hours. If I should miss an email, you've emailed me late night, I didn't see it, you didn't hear back from me, then just send another polite email asking if I received your email, if I had a chance to look at it. I always want you to take the place of assuming the best, that I, your teacher, I am not malicious, I'm not vindictive, I'm not spiteful, I am not purposely trying to ignore you or not pay you any attention, not give you the due respect that you deserve. Okay, I'm a busy guy. I got 4 Gwinnett Tech classes. I have 6 high school classes. I have 2 children and a wife and dogs that need way more attention than they deserve. Okay, so if I missed your email, It's not a personal affront to you or an insult. It is just, it happens sometimes. So when you email me, please do not email me with attitude demanding why I have not uh, responded to your request. Okay? So just send me a nice, patient email asking if I received your previous emails. Okay. All right. So make sure that you read the announcements every week. Okay. I don't post every day. And also when I post announcements, I will send them to your email as well. So that way you can read them in your email or you can read them on the page. When I post video lectures, you have to watch the video lectures. These are not suggested, these are required. Okay? You need to watch the video lectures, and you are held accountable to all the things I go over in these. Okay? If I teach you something, you need to know it, and it's in the video. So by watching it, you learn it, and then I can hold you accountable for it. Okay? So make sure that you watch those. I just went over number 3 about my emails. Okay? Let's just make sure that we are calm and appropriate. So for this course, there are 5 main things that I'm teaching you in this course. Okay? Even though we're reading literature, that's not actually the focus of this. Okay? I'm ensuring that you clearly understand MLA formatting. You cannot go into your 3rd literature course without really knowing MLA formatting. You have to know this, okay? B, you have to know how to create a correct works cited page in MLA formatting, okay? So the creation of a works cited page that's accurate, you have to know that. In-text parenthetical citations. You have to master this. Every assignment that you're going to be doing this semester pretty much requires some sort of at least one outside resource. And so you will have to use in-text parenthetical citations for those assignments, which I will go over next week in lecture number 2. You have to use quotes. You have to know how to integrate quotes, not just drop quotes into your work. I'm going to go over that next week also. And then also how to use research. Okay. The textbook is embedded in the course. You don't have to buy one. All the stories, everything is all there. So don't worry about that. Okay. All right. The way assignments work is this: 75%. Let's imagine this. Let's say there's 100 points for the course. The whole course is 100 points. Okay. 75 of those 100 points come just from 3 essays. Essay 1, Essay 2, and the literary research essay. Okay, Essay 1 is worth 20 points, essentially 20%. Literary analysis is worth 25%, okay, of the overall grade. The literary analysis essay is worth 30%. So if you did none of the assignments, but you made 100s on 3 essays, then you would still come out with a 75 in the class. Which also means that since all the assignments added up only equal 25% of this course, you cannot rely on just doing the class work to pass this class, okay? You have to write essays, and they have to be good and up to standards, okay? So you got to make sure that these essays get completed. This class is far more focused on the essays than they are on the individual written assignments. Okay. Let's see. Late policy. Okay. So all work can be turned in up until the point that I grade it. Okay. So I say this, that I'll give you a due date, okay? And that due date is the safety date. That due date is at the earliest point that I may grade your work. Now, it might be due on, let's say, an assignment might be due on the 5th. but I might not grade it until the 10th. If you turn it in sometime in between that, if you turn it in on the 8th, that's fine. If you turn it on the 9th, that's fine. If you turn it on the 10th, 2 hours before I grade it, that's fine. Okay? It's fine to turn in work late up until the point that you have a 0 in the grade book. Okay, when I sit down to grade the assignment and it's not there, then it's a 0. It's a 0. Okay. If it's past the due date, and you don't have a 0 yet, you don't need to email me and ask me if you may turn in an assignment late. Just go ahead and do it. Just turn it in late. If you don't have a 0 yet, then go ahead and turn it in, because the grade book, it updates pretty automatically. Once I submit those grades for that assignment, it updates. So if you see that you don't have a 0 yet, even though it's 2 days past the due date, then you should do the work and finish it and turn it in and submit it, in hopes that you got it in before I got around to grading it. Okay. So the due date is more like a recommended date. Like, I'm definitely not going to grade that work before that date, but anytime after that date, it's open for me to grade. Okay. So like sometimes assignments are due Tuesday mornings, and then sometimes I'll have enough time on, let's say, Wednesday to grade all that work, and so then I will. So you only have like one sort of flexibility day. Other times though, I don't have time till Friday to grade that work, so then you had 4 flexibility days. I'm not going to tell you when I'm going to grade this stuff. Okay, I'm just going to tell you when the safety net is taken away. The safety net is knowing that I'm definitely not going to grade it before the due date. So if you get it in by the due date, then you're 100% good. If you don't get it done by the due date, then you're playing in gray area where you're taking a chance. You might be able to get it in before I get around to grading it, or you might wait too long and I've already graded it, gave you a 0, and that's it. Okay. When it comes to makeup work, I don't do makeup work for classwork, okay? Because look, we have 17 classwork assignments in this class, 17 classworks, 17 assignments that go into that 25% category, which means that each individual classwork assignment is only worth about 1.5% of your overall grade, okay? So even if you miss, let's see, 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6, 7.5, okay, 9, you could essentially not do 6 assignments and ace everything else in the class and still make an A in the class. Okay, so I'm not going to kill myself grading a bunch of makeup work that only accounts for 1.5% of your grade. Okay, so if and you know, the classwork is what is going to also separate a lot of people from A's and B's. Okay, and so people who have A's, they are the people who get their work turned in on time. They get it done well. They put a lot of effort in, and they earn that A. Okay, so you know, if you acquire 0s in classwork, well, that's just on you. Okay. Now, when it comes to essays, because the essays count so much, you could submit late essays, but they will get reduced points. Okay. You will get if you turn your essay in late, you will receive at least 10 points off. If it is like 2 weeks late, you'll receive many more points off. Okay. And then there's a point where if it's so late, the highest grade you'll get on it is a 60. Okay. So while you can still turn in late essays, they will be marked down. Okay. And so I highly advise you not to do that, because you can't wait till the end of the week in the semester, turn in 3 really good essays and think that you're going to make an A in the class. No, that's just not even fair to the people who work hard and get stuff done on time. Okay. All right. So if you have any questions specifically about all that, send me an email and I will let you know. The next thing you need to do is download, let's see here, list of assignments and due dates. Okay. Let's see. This is a Word document. I just pulled it up. Why are you doing this? Okay. So this has all the assignments that are due. Okay. All the assignments are due and the day that they are due. Now you might notice, okay, that all the due dates are on Tuesdays. On a Tuesday. And that's because I'm running this class starting next week. I'm running this class from Tuesday to Monday. Okay. I post things on. I'm gonna be posting video lectures on Tuesdays. I'll be grading stuff Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays. Okay. So and now that it works for me because on Mondays I can get a lot of this. I can make my videos on Mondays, so that way they're ready to be posted on Tuesday. On the weekend, I am busy with my children and all that stuff, so I'm not doing a lot of prep on the weekend. Okay, so I do a lot of that prep on Mondays. So then we start the week on a Tuesday. And since I'm starting the week on Tuesday, I'm not grading stuff on Monday. So therefore, you can be finishing up all your work on a Monday and you can submit it by Tuesday morning. Okay? So the due dates are Tuesday mornings by 5 a.m. because I get to school around 5:15 to 5:30 in the morning, and that's the earliest that I'll start grading. Okay, so there are people used to. I would say the due date was like 11:59, just because that was easy. But then there were kids who were like, "Hey, I work, late, so I was gonna pull all-nighter. I don't get points off, and blah 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 blah, whatever." So just to make it easy, due date 5 a.m. Tuesday mornings. Okay. Here I have the week, the number of weeks. Okay, this week is week 1. Okay, you don't have any assignments due this week. So in this category for assignments, this is when the assignment is due. So I'm not saying to begin the welcome quiz on Saturday 1/16. I'm saying that it's due by Saturday the 16th. So you should try to get that done prior to that. Okay. All right, and then week 2, we have in lesson 1, you have these 2 assignments. Okay. So make sure that you are following this correctly. That like by the 19th, by the 19th, you have these 2 assignments completed, which is essentially a week and a day from 1 week and a day from the 11th, if you are looking at this on the 11th. Okay. And so I have here where to find the assignment and what lesson it is, which I'm going to show you in a moment where the lessons are. This lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 2, essay 1, essay 1. Okay, where to find them. And then here I have the dates in which they are due. Okay. And then what the assignment is and how much is it worth in your overall grade. 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, and then we get to the essay 1, 20%. And I'm trying to be very specific with this because I still have plenty of students who will say, they'll email me about their grade around week 10, and they'll say, "Hey, I made A's on all my assignments, and yet I'm failing. I don't understand why." And I said, "Well, because you didn't turn in your essay." And they're like, "Well, that's just one thing. But I have like 10 other assignments that all have A's." And then I have to say, "Well, I keep talking about how your essays are worth so much. So just to reiterate this, I highlighted on this sheet your essays and highlighted how much they're worth so you people understand 1.5% versus 20%, okay, of your grade. So make sure that you understand what your time and effort need to be placed into for this class, which is the essays and the assignments as well. But the essays are the most vital and important. So download this sheet, and you can print it off. Like I printed mine off, and as you complete assignments, you can scratch them out. Okay. Now you gotta pay attention though to the weeks and the due dates. Okay. So like week 2 actually has 3 assignments, but they're separated in 2 different tiers, 2 different rows, and that's because the welcome quiz is due on Saturday, and then the other assignments for that week are due on the 19th. The welcome quiz is due a little bit early because you have to take the welcome quiz in order for me to do what are called no-shows. Okay, the school requires me to report who in the first week signed on to Blackboard and has completed at least one assignment. And the people who have not done that, they're considered no-shows and they get dropped from the course. And I have to report no-shows by Sunday the 17th. So you have to make sure the first thing you do for this class is go back to start here. Welcome quiz, okay? Now here I'd written Friday, January 15th, but you can actually do it Saturday. All right, the 16th is fine as long as it's done by Sunday. You have to do the welcome quiz. If you are watching this lecture right now, I would just like pause it and go to the welcome quiz and like take it real fast because it's very basic and easy, and that way you secure the fact that like your name is going to be on my list of people who showed up, so that way you won't get dropped from the class. Okay. All right. So in the start here area, you did syllabus, welcome quiz. Okay. Now here's the textbook. Okay, for the course. Free library help. I'm gonna go over this later when we get closer to the essays. But like, oh wait, no, that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm talking about. Forget that one. All right. Oh, and don't use this ask the instructor. This does not even. Yeah, it does not. It goes to this random discussion board that I don't ever even use. I'm just gonna go ahead and delete that right there. If you need to ask me a question, email me. That's the best thing. All right, so after you have read the syllabus and done the welcome quiz, you can then go to lessons. This is where the majority of our work, 90% of it, will be for this semester, okay? And so we begin with lesson 1, analyzing literature. You will read all this. You are assigned to read chapter 1. You click here, read it. Chapter 2, chapter 3, read that. Watch this little video. Okay. Read this. All this stuff are things that you need to go through and take a look at. Okay. And then these are the 2 assignments that you're doing for week 2. Okay. That you're working on them this week. You're working on them this week, and they're due next Tuesday. Okay. I'm going to go over both of them for you so you understand what's expected. I'm going to go over the discussion board one first, though, okay? And then I'll go over the finding sources assignment. So discussion board, okay? And this one's very easy. You're just going to introduce yourself. Please introduce yourself to your classmates. Copy and paste the following prompts into a new thread, and then just enter in your answers. Title your thread as your name. Okay, so copy, because if you just click on this, it takes you here to start a thread, but it does not provide you the prompt. Okay, the prompt is not here. So if you want to go ahead and copy it, the questions before you actually click on the link. Okay, then you're going to hit create thread. This right here is your name. Okay, Don Smith. And then you go to the message box and you're going to paste. All right, and it has all the questions that I want you to answer. And you just type it in. Your major. Oh my God, my major is English. Yes. A book you enjoyed reading. What? Okay. The Misadventures of Awkward Black Girl. Oh, I love that book too. So you type that book in. A film you think is superbly made. Type that in. Type in all your answers. Okay? All of them. Just read the prompts and then hit submit. Submit. And then I'll be able to see yours here. See, there's the one that I did. If you want to read mine, there you go. Okay? That's it. That's an assignment. I'm going to tell you this right now. I am not going to reply to every single person because I have 4 classes of 25 people. But I will do the best that I can. Okay? Alrighty. This might be the end of part 1. I might have to post 2 because class is starting and I still have something else to talk to you about. So here's the end of part 1. Sounds good.